Hello, everyone. Welcome to one more class, grammar class. I'm sorry, I'm a little bit late today. We are going to see the passive voice, how you are going to use the passive voice in English, okay? This grammar structure is something that sometimes we know how to do, and many other times we are not so sure how to do it, okay? And the objective of today's class is to give you a structure so you can think about the passive voice. And I will also give you the slides, as you know, so you can have this material as a guide, okay? A consultation material to you, okay? I'm gonna share my screen. So let me see here. How to use the passive voice. And it's important for you to know how to use this in your English test as well, right? So first I would ask you to like this video and subscribe to the channel if you hadn't done it yet. If you want the slides of this class, please join our Telegram group because there's where I'm gonna give you the material, okay? Nice. Let me see here. So let's get started right away. When is the passive voice used? I know this is a really big name, right? You say, teacher, I hate memorizing grammar structure, the names of the rules. Okay. So, but sometimes when we give names to things, they are useful, right? It's better because we can understand and associate with something. But the name is not the most important thing. The name of the structure helps. But the most important thing is for you to know how to use this structure, okay? And every grammar rule has an objective in the English language, okay? The passive voice is used when we want to focus the attention on the person or thing that is affected by the action, not the person or thing who did the action. Okay. Okay. So I want to focus on the person affected, not on the person who did the action. So example, the active voice, I say, I paid the bill. If I use the active voice, the focus here is, look, who did the action? I. Okay. I did the action. This is the active voice, okay? But it doesn't matter who did the action. I don't want to know who paid the bill. So what do? I put the passive voice. The bill was paid. And I can say who did the action, but I put this information that is not so important to the end, at the end of the sentence. The bill was paid. Who paid the bill? It doesn't matter, okay? Or it doesn't matter because I don't want to say, or sometimes I say, but I put at the end, it's not the most important information. The most important information in the passive voice is that the bill was paid. What happened is important, not who did. So I'm going to repeat. What happened is more important than who did the action, right? This is the most important thing you need to know about the passive voice. And I'm going to give you more examples. Let's see, more examples. The bill was paid. Animals have been captured and put in zoos for our entertainment. Have been captured and put in zoos. If I ask you, who captured the animals? Who captured the animals? You will say, teacher, I don't know. Okay. Let me ask you if you can hear me well. I forgot to ask you at the beginning because I was late. And then I got, oh, I have to get started because I was late. Can you please tell me if my mic is okay? Can you hear me well, please? Okay, because sometimes I keep speaking and I forget to check that. Let me continue with the next one. I recently quit my job because I was being paid less than my less experienced male colleagues. Thank you for your feedback, Lua and Nathan. Thanks a lot. Okay. So here, the third example is, I recently quit my job because I was being paid. Ah, that's a very good one. I was being paid. I was being paid. Teacher, this structure is really strange. I was being paid. Eu estava sendo paga. Em vez de falar, quando a gente fala do nosso salário, eu recebo tanto, tá? O mais comum em inglês é a gente usar a voz passiva, tá? Eu tô falando em português porque eu tô fazendo essa comparação como a nossa cabeça em português pensa, tá? A gente fala, eu recebo tanto. In English, we usually use the passive voice. We say, I am paid, blah, okay? So I was being paid. If I ask you, who was paying me? Who was paying me? You say, the company, the boss. It's implicit. Actually, it's irrelevant because you understand what I mean. I'm talking about my job, so probably my boss and the company. Okay? So I recently quit my job. This first part of the sentence, I recently quit my job. This is the active voice. This is not my focus on this sentence. I was being paid. This is my focus. Who was paying me? The company, maybe, but I don't know because that's irrelevant. The most important thing is that I was being paid less, okay? Have been captured. This is the passive structure. Was paid, right? There is something common with all these structures. If you see, was, look, been, was, what is that? Okay, it's something that we have in common. Every time you have the passive voice, you have what? The verb to be. So take a look at here. They take visitors to the museum every day. They take. So I ask you. On the left side, I have the active voice. They take visitors. Who takes visitors? They. So, okay, here I say who does the action? They. Okay. If I put the passive, I'm gonna use the verb to be and the verb in the past participle. Ai, teacher, lá vem você de novo com essas coisas de nome de gramática. Past participle, if you want to remember, is the third column of the verb. When we study English, probably you have that at home. If you have studied at schools, you have a list of verbs, and then you have first column, the verb in the infinitive, second column, the verb in the past simple, third column, the verb in the past participle. Okay? So this is the third column. If you have a list at home, you can, this is how you are going to use it, okay? The third form of the verb, the third column, okay? So they take visitors to the museum every day. This sentence on the left is in the present simple. I want to transform this to the passive. So I put the verb to be, am, is, or are, and the past participle. So visitors are taken. Teacher, why do I use are? Because I conjugate according to visitors. They take a look. Visitors here was after the verb, it was the object. And now visitors start the sentence. Okay? Visitors are taken. Taken is the verb in the past participle. Okay? Next one. Past simple. They took visitors to the museum yesterday. So let's start practicing. What is the passive voice of this sentence? If you want, you can send to me in the chat. I'm gonna help you with the, let me see if I have spoiler. No, I don't have spoiler. This is the structure, look. You are going to use was or were, and then the past participle. I'm gonna give you 1 minute. Try to do it in the chat, okay? For those who are on Instagram, I'm gonna close the video here, okay? Please click on the first link in bio because there you have access to the YouTube channel. See you soon. Okay, let's see who wants to guess the answer here. The tip that I can give to you is you have to start with visitors, just like we did in the first example. Okay? So we are going to say like this. Visitors were taken to the museum yesterday. Who took the visitors to the museum yesterday? I didn't say in the second sentence, right? In the passive voice, I don't say who did, or it's irrelevant. But you can say, teach, I want to say. So visitors are taken to the museum every day by them. You can do that. But it's not, I'm going to put in brackets here because it's not mandatory. When I say it's not mandatory, it means it's not an obligation, okay? Why it's important, okay? Nice, I see your answers here, okay. Visitors were taken to the museum yesterday, that's it. Visitors were taken to the museum yesterday. Pat, you don't need to repeat visitors, okay? Nice, good job. So you can say by them, or you don't need. It's irrelevant. If we say, we put at the end the person that does the action, okay? Or we just don't say. The most important thing is the action, okay, that visitors were taken to the museum. So this is the list that I want you to have in mind. I repeated here the past simple, and you already have the present simple before, right? Take a look. I have here the past continuous. Let's do one exercise. Let's put past continuous. They were taken. Take a look at here. Now I have the verb to be and the verb with ing. Okay. Imagine we have the present continuous. They are taking visitors to the museum. Okay. So what we do? We have to use the past participle, but we're going to use the past participle of the verb to be. Look. So we're going to use the past participle of the main verb, okay? So we're going to say like this. We're going to say like this. They were taking visitors to the museum at that time. Okay. Imagine here, we had also the present continuous. So we're going to do two exercises in one. I'm going to write here. They are taking visitors. The active. This is the active. The passive is visitors are being taken. The same with the past continuous. Visitors, so the difference here is that I put, instead of are, I put were being taken. Okay. Teacher, why do I need to know this? In the Duolingo, for example, you have the reading, not the reading, the read and complete with the missing letters. You know the exercise in which you have a text and there are some missing letters. You have to put the correct, you have to complete with the missing letters. Sometimes they like to give you the passive voice so you can recognize the structure and put the verb in the past participle, for example. Okay, so this is useful for the reading, but also for the writing. Okay, in academic, so I believe that most of you are here because you want to take the Duolingo to get into college. And this is, in your college life, you will have an academic life, right? This is used a lot in academic writing, okay? So get used to that, okay? Present perfect. We have to use have been and past participle. They have taken visitors to the museum lately. Okay. Visitors have been taken to the museum lately. Of course, here I can also use has. It depends on this word here. Because I have visitors, I use have. But if I had, so here is has or have. Just like here is was or were, right? Here I have has or have. If I had a woman has been taken, she has been taken. I have to conjugate, okay, accordingly, right? Next one, past perfect. They had already taken visitors to the museum when I got there. The structure, what changes? Only the verb have. We just put the verb have in the past, had been, and past participle. Visitors had already been taken to the museum when I got there. You know that this is the kind of topic that people say, this is a kind of topic that if you feel comfortable, you can try to make your own examples and think, try to translate to Portuguese, okay? This is one exception, you can do that, there's no problem. I'm not extreme when I say in my classes, sometimes I say Portuguese, that's okay, and that's okay, right? If it's going to be useful, I think it's valid, all right? What we cannot do is like to speak Portuguese all the time, okay? So, for example, here you're going to see, they took visitors to the museum. Então, eles levaram os visitantes. Os visitantes foram levados. The structure is the same as it is in Portuguese, and this is easier for us who speak Portuguese, right? Imagine if you were Chinese and you had to learn English. Like, you would have to learn a complete different alphabet, okay? If you think this is challenging, this is a challenging topic, so it's just a matter of practice, okay? So keep going. And congratulations, you are here, right? Nice. Let's practice. Okay, oh, there is a repetition here. Nice, I'm gonna change that later. Let's practice. Here I have complete the sentences, use the verbs in the correct form. I think I'm gonna, let's see if I put here. Okay, when I go to number 4, no, I'm gonna do like this. Look, we are not, I don't want to push you too hard. We are not going to use the present perfect, past perfect. It's present or past. keep to present or past. I'm going to put the structure here so it will be easier for you. The passive voice in the present, what we have to do? Is or are plus the past participle. This is the present. Past was, were, plus the past participle. Okay? What would you put in number 1, number 2, and number 3? And you have to use the verbs that we have here at the top. Okay? I'm going to give you 3 minutes. And you can start giving your answers in the chat. Okay? Pat, don't worry, don't be sorry. It's okay. The important thing is that you are here and you are trying. Okay? The only fact that you are, all of you, you are here watching this class, you are ahead of so many people. So congrats. Let me, I'm going to give you the password so you can open the slide while you do this exercise. And at the end of the class, I'm going to repeat it, okay? So the password, it's going to be careless. No worries, Pat. Thanks for being here. No worries. You can watch the recording later. And take the password, careless, okay? Nice. Okay, I'm going to give you 2 more minutes. Opa, spoilers. So let's see here. Sorry, I was counting the time. Now I see the time here. I couldn't see the clock. 1 more minute, okay, for you to do it. So let's see. Many accidents are caused by careless driving. Okay. Many accidents are caused by careless driving. Here you can say, teacher, it could be in the past. Yes. If you want to say this is a fact in life, this is a reality, so it happens all the time, you use the present, okay? If you want to say this is a thing from the past, you use the past. So grammarly speaking, both are possible. It will depend on the emphasis you want to give to the sentence, okay? So here it can be are or were, okay? But I'm gonna let here because it's a reality. Careless driving, it means uma direção sem cuidado, okay? Cheese is made from milk. This is a reality, a fact. That's why I have to use the present, okay? So cause and make. A cinema is a place where films are watched. Pay attention to the pronunciation here. So here I have the verb watch ends with ch. When I have a regular verb that ends with ch, To pronounce the past, I have to imagine that the ed is a T. This is how we pronounce it, okay? Pronunciation. So here I say watched, watched, okay? Let's repeat. Watched, watched. I guess you are doing that where you are, right? So you have to put, you have to pronounce as a T, okay? And the last one we're going to put is found. This plant is very rare. It is found in very few places, okay? Another fact from life, from reality, right? Next one, let's see. 2 minutes for you to try to do this exercise, okay? If you are watching this video and you haven't liked it yet, please like this video and subscribe to the channel. We have classes every week, okay? Here on YouTube is every Thursday at midday, okay? It's free class for you. And if you want these slides, so please join our Telegram group, okay? So let's see. Number 5. Good job. I never received the letter. It was sent to the wrong address. Past participle, okay? Although we were driving fast, we were overtaken by a lot of other cars. Teacher, what does it mean overtake? Ultrapassar. Ok? Nós fomos ultrapassados. How much of the Earth's surface is covered by water? The boat hit a rock and sank quickly. Fortunately, everybody was rescued. Good job. When I have everybody, I have to conjugate the verb to be as if it was he, she, it. Okay? So I put was. Everybody was rescued, right? The idea of today's class, of course, is a complex topic, and we will not be able to practice here all the verb tenses in the passive voice, okay? But my message today was to give you some tips on how you can analyze the sentences, okay? The most important thing is for you to identify, like, for example, when I don't want to say who did the action, okay? You have to understand when we use the passive voice and the situations. For example, in the news, it's common. The bank was robbed. They are still searching for the the people responsible for that, okay? But they don't know who did. So when you don't know who did the action, you use the passive voice. The bank was robbed, right? Or when you don't want to say who did the action, okay? Or when the person that did the action is not relevant to what I say, like I simply don't want, okay? Those are the situations we have to use the passive voice. I really hope you find this class useful. If you want the PDF, you already know what you have to do. Please subscribe to the channel, like this video, and join the group. So I'm gonna, because there is where I send every week the PDF of the class, okay? And you can rewatch it because it will be here on the channel, right? Have a great day. I hope you are all doing well, and see you next week. No, next week we don't have the class, but we are going, because I'm gonna open the applications, right, for my course of Duolingo, right? So we don't have class next week, but we will have class in 15 days. Okay, see you, have a good day, bye.